Hey there friends, welcome to the EveryNothing Podcast, where we talk about everything and nothing at the same time. We would like to thank every single one of you for listening to our dumb show, and if you haven't, please subscribe, like, share, and follow. If you have time, go over to our podcast and write a review and give us a 5-star rating. It really does make a world of difference. Also, check the description below for a link to our merchandise store for crap like t-shirts, hats, masks, socks, and mugs, etc. Okay, on with the show.
It's called the EveryNothing Podcast. Two young strapping lads offer their insight into everything. It would be crazy not to listen. Obvious geniuses.
Oh, anybody listening, don't go to college, it's a fucking scam.
We'd probably stop and be like, no, you're all wrong, man. All wrong.
Sorry, Grandma.
This is the EveryNothing Podcast. If you are looking to learn many things while also learning absolutely nothing, well, here you go. Enjoy the show.
It's just so damn funny.
Well, hello there. Cheers. Cheers. So, Joe called in sick. What can we say?
What an ass.
What an asshole. So,
Very last second.
yeah, very last second. What happened was then...
Inconsiderate prick.
And then this guy here calls me up and goes, hey, we should brew beer tonight. And I said, okay.
So that's what we're doing. We're outside, if you can't tell. So, I don't know how it sounds for you guys. Hopefully it sounds all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is new to us. So, it's not sponsored, but I got this mic. This Mevo Start, and it's supposed to be very good for live streaming and for audio and all that. So we're gonna test it out. You let us know how it sounds. We're not sponsored by it. I don't care if you hate it or like it, but if you don't like it, let me know. All right. What do we got? We got beer.
So this isn't the first time we've brewed beer. This is actually the third batch of beer we're brewing. First batch we did was a brown ale, right?
Yep.
And it was really good.
Now we got that kit from a company called Northern. Hold on, let me pull up the website here.
Northern
Brew.
Brewer.
So we got this kit, and we got all kinds of stuff. And I could actually show you. We got a little pot over here. This pot came with the kit. We've got what is this thing called? The smelting pot. The smelting pot.
So there's pretty much it's a couple different steps. So you got the big stainless steel tub where you actually do all your boiling, and then it actually has the boiler underneath it. And then we've got, you got to keep it sanitized, so we got to keep the lid on. What is this called? The fermentating tank or something?
Tank, yeah, fermentate. We're gonna fermentate your. Never mind.
So once you get the wort done, you put it in that thing, and that's what it sits in for 2 weeks while it ferments. Then, okay, so the first couple times we did it in a keg.
Hey, Peter.
So actually, you just take it from that fermenting tank into the keg, and then let it sit in the keg, and then you're ready to go after that.
Yeah.
We're actually doing something different today. We're going to do bottles.
Well, we're not going to get to the bottles today.
Yeah,
but
you got to let it ferment for 2 weeks, so we'll do the bottles at a later date. But yeah, so then that, and then it comes with a bunch of cleaning stuff, and we can show you more of that stuff when we get to it.
Yeah, but we got this kit from the Northern Brewer, and it came with all this different. And the first pack we had was a
brown lager.
Brown lager. And we tried
ale.
that, and it was really good. Actually, you drank majority of it at your gym during a Halloween party or something.
Yeah.
Which is, what you think of a gym, you think beer, right?
Right.
So then we got a second batch, and we got that from a company here in local. What's the name of that place?
Patriot. What's it called? Patriot Beer Supply? Or wait,
Yeah.
Patriot Home Brew Supply in Elkhorn, Nebraska.
Yeah, so if you're in Elkhorn, check out Patriot Home Brew Supply. They have everything. They're like the one-stop shop. I haven't been there. You've been there a couple times.
A couple times, yeah. So they have everything you need. So we've been doing kits the last couple times.
Because we're not experts whatsoever.
Yeah. We'll figure it out eventually. But first kit was from Northern Brewery. The second one we did was a Kolsch, and we screwed that one up somewhere because it turned out awful. It was the worst beer ever.
Oh, yeah. It was bad.
But that was a Patriot Homebrew Supply kit. But again, that's something we screwed up. I don't think it was those guys. But we're going back to him again for a American Cream Ale.
American Cream Ale. So we have no idea what it's going to taste like. But That's the fun part of this.
Where does it say American cream? Oh, right there. Can you see that? Yeah.
I can. How about if I...
There you go. American cream ale.
Uh-oh. Where is it? Oh, you just moved it. All right. Never mind. I'm getting used to this Mevo camera. I have no idea what I'm doing. So we're going to start doing this. You guys can comment along. Oh, we got some...
Something close to Bush. So my little brother commented, and he lives out in the boonies where all they drink is Bush Light.
Yeah, you know.
It's
Busch
an American.
Light.
Okay, so this is American cream ale. So it's somewhat. I think it's supposed to be a lighter beer, like not necessarily like a Bush Light, but like something like that.
Well, we can read this. This is what the description says: an ale version of the American lager style, whatever that means. We were thinking like Budweiser or something.
Yeah.
So clean, light, simple to brew, because that's us. We're dumb and we have no idea what we're doing. Faint malt notes with a hint of corn-like presence. Because we're in Nebraska.
Corn.
We gotta have
I
corn.
love corn.
It's an easy drinker,
Yeah.
opposed to the easy lover that we usually.
I don't know. I'm
All right.
excited
So
about
what
this.
we're doing right now, we have another camera over there. It is watching our pot boil. We need to get the water boiling, and I don't. We had it on for a while, so hopefully we don't have to. You don't have to watch the water boil like we do, because that's the fun part, I guess. So, we're just gonna basically sit here and talk, because what else do you do when you brew beer besides drink beer? I'm drinking a Belgian white beer, fruit beer. It's actually called Fruly. The first place I found this was in the waiting room in Omaha.
So that stuff's super good. I really like strawberry beers, and I've had some really shitty strawberry beers. There's like two really good ones I've had. It's the Smith. It comes in a bigger.
Yeah, Samuel Smith.
Samuel Smith, yeah. That one and then the Frulies. Those are the two best strawberry beers I've had. And I've had a lot of trash strawberry beers too. What was that one that you had?
Well, the strawberry Samuel Smith also has an organic chocolate stout that tastes exactly like chocolate milk. But it's a very dark beer, so I usually get it during the winter. Now, I used to have it in Ivy here, but they got rid of it, so I don't know. I can't get it. Anyway, is that what you're talking about?
No, you had some cans of some sort of strawberry beer. That was really gross.
It was gross. That was something that we just picked up because it said strawberry on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway, so how we started this. So
We had to do cleaning.
Yeah, sanitizing and cleaning is apparently super important when brewing beer, because if you get any kind of bacteria in it, it can ruin the entire batch. So, again, more stuff we picked up from Patriot Homebrew Supply. There's 5-star PBW. This is the cleaner stuff. So this is like your dish soap or whatever. You have to clean all the stuff, wash it out. And then next step, you have to sanitize everything. And this is stuff you actually like sanitize it with water, and then you just dump it out. You don't have to rinse it out after. So
Organic.
Yeah, if you notice, on top of our little deal, I just got a little towel sitting because I've sanitized that. You can't let any bacteria in it after you've sanitized it, because that's the thing I've been reading the most. If you get anything in it, if it's not sanitized 100%, it can screw up the entire batch. So
of course we're doing it outside, because that makes sense.
We got another bucket to the left of Paul there. I don't know, you can really see it. It's just a big bucket with sanitizer in it, and then all of our utensils are just sitting in it. So when we're ready to use them, we just pull them out and use them. They should be clean.
Yeah.
So we got everything clean. We got sanitizer in our bottles, but I don't know why. I spent a lot of time cleaning these, and then I realized we're not even doing this for another 2 weeks.
It's all right.
But anyway,
it's part of the process. So
another thing I got from Patriot Homebrew Supply, a lot of these kits come with, or like we got one. It has all the bottle caps and then the star bottle cap deal. I haven't used this thing yet, but this is how you put the cap on.
Yeah, this was part of the Northern Brewer kit that we got. And actually, those caps were part of the Northern Brewer.
All
the other caps we got.
These kits come with caps too, so we have like a boatload of caps that we haven't used.
Well, we tried doing the keg thing, and we had the CO2 tank. And the first time was fine. The second time, I don't know, our regulator kind of didn't regulate.
Our regulator busted, so it wasn't feeding CO2 properly, and I think that's actually what screwed up the beer. It wasn't how we brewed it, I don't think.
Plus, my wife really loved the fact we had a keg in our fridge, so she reminds me of that all the time. That how much she was really happy.
If you have the space for the keg, that's I think that's the way to do it. If you have the space for the keg, because it's so much easier. You just put it in the keg, put it under CO2 for another 42 hours, and then it's ready to drink.
Just 42.
When you do these, you brew it for 2 weeks, and then you put it in a bottle and let it sit for another 2 weeks, and then you can drink them. But then they're portable. You can give some to people, So I think this will be a little better. Oh yeah. So anyways, we decided to go with these ones instead of the bottle cap ones because these are just those pop top ones. However you do these.
Yeah, we can reuse them.
Yeah. How do you do this again? Oh yeah, there we go.
Drinkers we are. So,
but, yeah.
If you guys have any beers that you like, or you want to talk about beering, or you want to talk about anything, this is the EveryNothing Podcast. We are here to talk to you.
We're not talking about Busch Light. That's trash beer. Get that shit out of here, Cole.
Yeah, we could talk about Busch Light, about how wonderful it is and how it is the Nebraska staple.
Yeah, it is. It is everywhere. So growing up, I drank Keystone a lot before.
Keystone.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like my hometown beer.
Yeah, we were
so
in New
cheap.
Hampshire. In New Hampshire, it was Natty Light or Natural Light. Or
I really like their strawberry one or Natter Days.
Oh,
they have a new one.
Yeah, the lemonade stuff.
Yeah, they have a new one. I haven't tried it yet though.
Okay, so when we were building the studio, Robert came over and helped me with all the insulation, and we were just dying because it was like middle of summer. We're putting this insulation in, we're covered head to toe with long sleeve stuff, and we were sweating to death. And he brought over that Natty Light.
Natter Days. Those are the Natter Days strawberry lemonade.
Oh my God, it was so good. Of course, we were dead. It was amazing. It was like nothing better. We were just like sucking it down.
It's like the perfect summer beer. So we have the Elkhorn River that runs by here, so we tube down it occasionally. And it's like the perfect beer just to load up in a case, and you can just you can run through those things pretty quick. But yeah, I don't know. Those are good. Anyways,
so this whole process is about what, an hour and a half?
Yeah. So here's their directions. Bring your water to a boil. Once it's at a boil, you add 1 ounce of your first pack of hops. These are your Willamette hops. Let it boil for another 40 minutes. And at 40 minutes, you add another packet of different kind of hops. You add your DME, which is your dried malts, and your corn sugar, which carbonates the whole bad boy. And then boil for another 20 minutes. And then so that's a whole hour of boiling. You pull it out, put it in the big clear fermentator jug thingamajig, seal it off, put it in a dark room, let it sit for 2 weeks. So actually the whole process, well, cleaning, it takes like 10 minutes to clean and prep. 60 minutes to actually brew, and then another 10 minutes to clean up. So what, like 80 minutes altogether?
Yeah. So you're going to be hanging out with us, at least for the brewing part of this. I'm not going to make you watch us clean. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're just going to brew because as you notice, we're outside. We're in Nebraska. It's still the beginning of March. I'm starting to get cold.
Peter Jacobus says that Michelob Ultra is the best. Well, that's because he does CrossFit. So
you have to share that Michelob Ultra CrossFit.
Oh yeah, the Ritual Ultra. So Peter, since you're on, how does this mic sound? I'm really curious since it is a brand new mic and new camera setup. We've never used this setup before, so whatever. But
Cole, what did Cole say? Drinking a Leinenkugel creamy dark cream. I bet you're drinking that cream.
What is that word?
Leinenkugel. You've heard of Leinenkugels, haven't you?
I have not.
Leinenkugel has another really good beer called Summer Shandy. That's a good summer brew. We're coming up on summer here. It's gonna start warming up here soon. During the day, it's like 65 degrees, so it's hot. I was wearing shorts earlier today. I like how you asked him a question. He didn't answer it.
I know. He likes my pink hat, except that it's red, and it's not red because of any kind of magnet thing. This is actually a Boston Scally cap company. And it's the Ted Williams No. 9 signature edition cap. So it's my Boston cap. And since we're brewing, we have to have a Bostonian here. So I can put some accents in me and whatever.
We're getting close to a boil.
And then Robert leaves.
I'm right here. I don't know how you can hear me. We're getting close to a boil.
Oh, they should be able to hear you. Peter's like, oh yeah, MAGA.
Oh, yeah,
we just got censored, and now we're gone. We got canceled. So, you guys sick and tired of talking about cancel culture? It's been...
Did you see the CPAC deal? The
stage?
Yeah. So I was listening to Poole was talking about it, and apparently it was some Democratic company. So the lady who runs the company is this uber Democrat, and she's the one who designed it. So, I don't know. Tim Pool had this whole bit about how...
It's a conspiracy that
no, it's not that. It's because, they're never hiring her company again, and she's a Democratic company, so it's this whole, let's cancel these guys, and then they realize that they're a Democratic-run deal, and so it's like a big backfire kind of thing. It was just kind of a funny story. I don't know how true.
Well, do you think there's going to be? I mean, Tim Pool really talking about two economies, and so are they only going to hire conservative companies, and liberals are only going to hire liberal companies? And next, you know, you have, you know, we're not going to be able to use Facebook anymore because there's my kids, and so maybe we have to have the
Parler's backing up and running.
Oh yeah, well, you know, I use that a lot.
I got my Parler app. I was using it a lot before it actually went back down. I haven't really, since it came back up, I think a week or two ago, and I haven't really been back on. But the other big thing I don't know if you heard about was there's a couple counties in Oregon who are applying to become part of Idaho.
Yes.
You heard about that?
Well, it's not just a couple; it's like all the way to the ocean, right?
Yeah, become part of Greater Idaho.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, you see, it was like if you actually look at the map, it is like all the way from Idaho, all the way, you know, it kind of weaves around all the way to basically it's skipping out the major cities, all the way to the ocean. That would give Idaho a port, which was crazy.
Honestly, I think like with everything going on, that might be the best way to relieve tensions and to give like these rural communities who are getting overlooked by, because to me it makes sense.
Well, if counties see, and Colorado wants to do the same. There's certain counties
in Colorado that want to be part of Wyoming.
Yeah. and then Texas talking about just seceding altogether, which I don't see that happening.
Well, see, like in the sense of seceding or just moving state lines that makes sense.
No, I think Texas has always talked about, but they've been talking about that since the 80s.
That won't happen. That won't happen.
Well, and then they. I'm
a big fan of moving state lines. I think that makes sense.
And then like New York, my parents live in Buffalo, in Western New York, and you know, they always talk about how everything west of Albany, all this money gets funneled into from all the money in that region gets funneled into New York City. And so they're just like, we should just call us Western New York, kind of like what Gina did back in Civil War times.
Western New York?
And call it Western New York. And then, I don't know. This is crazy. What do you guys think? You guys think that we're going to be having all these different divides and just basically say, okay, we're going to be the conservative states, and you can be the liberal states, and you go ahead and do your stuff, and we'll do our stuff, and two different governments, and basically start a whole new country? I mean, where's this going to lead to?
Well, I like the idea of moving county lines because then that gives adequate representation for the rural communities who maybe lean a little bit more conservative. So then that the idea of America, you have your voice heard.
Yeah.
That's
to
me
problem.
It makes sense, but I don't know how.
But if you ever look at states, I mean, because majority of people live in these big cities, the rest of the states, most of them are always conservative.
Yeah.
And you always have the small pockets.
As far as landmass goes.
It's crazy. I mean, California's even talked about that, the northern part of California, getting rid of that.
Give me another Guinness.
Get another Guinness. So, Robert, or RJ, or whatever you call yourself
Rob,
these days.
Bobby.
He's drinking
Robbie.
his nitro.
So.
He's like, give it to me.
Don't fucking touch my beer. The cool part about these, and actually it's funny how many people I run into it, I don't realize what the nitro means. They're like, oh, so it's just nitro. Well,
did you take the cover off so we can let it slow boil?
No, it's almost there. I just was keeping it off so I can see it, so I'll have to get up.
Oh.
There's a nitrogen ball in these things. So there's a little ball. It's a little white ball. When you open it up, it releases the nitrogen into it. So if you ever had keg beer always has a little bit more cream to it. That's what that little nitrogen bar is. So, Budweiser just came out with a nitro Budweiser. Have you heard of that?
No.
Yeah.
So
I finally found it. So I've been looking everywhere for it. I went to this little dive bar in Benson, Roadhouse. I think it's called Roadhouse. In Benson, right outside Omaha. And they had them. It just comes in a little Budweiser can like you'd always see. The nitro Budweisers didn't have the little ball in them though. They were just I don't know. They just put nitro in. They're actually super good. So it's Budweiser tastes just like a Budweiser, but it had like the cream to it. Dude, it's so good.
Now, do you see how fast he poured that? Is that like a normal Guinness thing? Is it because of the nitro balls in there you can pour it that fast, or do you just cheat?
You flip to the side, and then when you get up to where you're pouring, yeah, I did. When you get up,
did you see that? You think we rewind the tape?
When you get to where the
top of the
it starts hitting, then you flip it and then go all the way up.
This hop right here.
Yeah.
You get the top of the hop.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm not a Guinness expert.
I've got my Guinness pouring license from the Guinness Storehouse in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I've made the pilgrimage. I love Guinness that much.
He's an official pourer.
Yeah, I love Guinness that much. Dude, that place is awesome.
So what's going on out there in Facebook world or YouTube? Where are you guys listening from? Let's see. Everybody is on Facebook. We got some people on YouTube. We got some people on Twitch. Wow. Twitch. I never go there. I guess what I meant. I just basically broadcast this everywhere and hope somebody's listening.
Well, it was when we had John and oh my god,
D&B Gaming.
Yeah,
Drums and
from
Bass.
Drum and Bass Gaming. What was his partner's name? Oh, I'm so sorry, man. Well, we had John and his partner on from Drum and Bass Gaming.
Romantic partner.
He had a sweet mustache. I remember
Dude,
that.
yeah. He looked like a cop.
Yeah, they use Twitch for their video game streaming, so that's when we kind of got into the Twitch game. So there's a couple of Twitchers that get on. Although I follow John on DB Gaming, and I watch a lot of his stuff. So
I was boiling. Oh man, we're literally watching water boil. This is this live stream tonight.
we're getting there. It's getting cold out here, so maybe I need to crank it up a little bit. We're almost to a boil.
Yeah, poor Robert. He has about 12% body fat, so he's freezing.
Yeah,
now, I, on the other hand, I'm all right. Because guess what? I don't have 12% body fat. But Robert's working on that, slowly but surely.
We've got like maybe 2 minutes. It's almost
so I'm not Catholic or anything, but for Lent this year, I decided that I was gonna not eat foods that would make Robert frown. And that's what I said to myself. I'm
gonna say the problem is I eat foods that make me frown.
Well, the thing is that I don't really know. I just know that there's certain things like I'm not gonna go and have a Twix bar. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, I love Twix.
I know, but it's not like I would figure that Robert would be like.
I haven't had a Twix in a long time though.
That's why you're freezing.
The things I stay away I stay away from mostly are like pastas and breads and stuff like that.
I've been doing that for a while now.
But I mean, it's not like I don't eat carbs. Like I eat rice every day. Rice is a staple in what I eat every day.
Yeah, so I started doing a lot of rice bowls with chicken, and I put olives in it. I know that sounds gross, but I love it.
Black olives?
Regular olives.
Oh, nice.
Are you gonna frown?
No, I love olives.
I love olives. He's not frowning. We're all right.
I wish green olives didn't have so much sodium in them because I could eat an entire jar of them, but just sitting there eating them.
I know. See, he's frowning at the sodium.
I don't know. I love them. They're so good.
Oh yeah. Olives.
The problem is like you look at it and it's like what 300 milligrams of sodium. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. It's like for like 4 olives. And you eat like 20 in a sitting.
It's like sitting in that brine forever.
Yeah. You're pretty much just like olive shot of salt.
I love olives. They have a lot with the blue cheese in it, and they have some with the garlic in it.
Yeah. So Hy-Vee.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they still have their olive bar, but they used to. They would like stuff the really good blue cheese in it.
Oh, blue cheese olives.
Eat so many.
Oh yeah. My God.
A lot of people are like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people?"
Well, we're basically watching water boil, so we're gonna talk about whatever.
Dude, we're almost there. So, Willamette. Okay. There's probably some people out there maybe who know a lot more than us.
Oh, like I guarantee it. We don't know anything.
We're on our 3rd batch, so we still are learning quite a bit. Yeah. So when we open these things up, and they smell so good. Let's open it up. We're almost there.
Oh, we're gonna open up the hops. Now, what is this one called?
What's
up, boys? Shane says up.
Willamette hops. Oh, Shane Dever. Oh, so Shane actually Shane, what's you have like some sort of streaming thing you do. You go over beers and stuff like that, right, Shane? Oh yeah, we're boiling, baby.
Oh, morning. Oh yeah, we're up.
You say anything yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so I've seen a couple of yours, Shane. So Shane's got this cool bar top he's been making with bottle caps. And I've seen a couple of them. I haven't seen many of them, but I know he does some of that stuff. So maybe he'll say something.
Yeah, maybe.
There we go. Got them open. All right. So for step 1, add 1 pack of the 1 ounce Willamette hops. Oh, take a whiff. God, they smell so good.
Oh.
Have you ever smelled like an IPA, like a
really
really?
nose. Here we go.
Say it out loud. Put it up on the deal.
It's a TikTok. Oh, that means it's all.
TikTok. That's what it was.
That means Joe is all. It's all over Joe's page, right? So guys, go on TikTok. Find this with Holy Nuns Shenanigans. Oh, what we got? I do beer and bourbon reviews. Look at that. Here we go. Really? Maybe we should have Shane on our podcast.
Yeah.
Shane, will you come on our podcast and hang out with us? Not
Why don't you,
tonight,
Shane,
but
man?
in the future.
We'll come on yours if you come on ours. I'll come on you if you come on me. Wait, did I say that weird?
That's not weird or anything. This is not our normal setup for our podcast. Usually we're in our studio and we have nice mics and warmth. And
Yeah, we're trying something different tonight.
Well, Robert really wanted to brew beer. He was going to do it tomorrow night. Oh,
But-
Shane says he's down.
I'm down.
All right, I'll have Robert reach out to you. We'll schedule it.
I've done over 200. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I need to go back and check out some more of them, Shane, because I think it was only about maybe a month ago I saw your first one. I don't know if it just randomly popped up on Facebook or something, but I've been collecting bottle caps to make my own beer bar top. I have a bar, and I want to do the bottle cap top, and then, I don't know.
Here, let me add your correction.
Maybe the Googleizer. Yeah, there we go. You know how Google spies on you, or my phone spies on you 24/7? Maybe it somehow made that connection and it popped you up on my deal one day. And it was when you were like halfway done. And now I think I saw one a couple days ago. You must have your bar top done with, you have like an American flag, and then on the left side of the bar it's just all random stuff. I don't know. Anyways, so that's what brought me to your thing, and then I watched some of your reviews. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you said
Now,
something.
Shane
tonight.
said he's not all on TikTok, so I'm assuming that we should probably look him up. We could probably search him up. Here, let me look it up a little bit here. This is fun.
Oh, we need to set a timer. Shit. Oh, I got my right here. All right, we've got 40 minutes before we add the rest of it. So you just keep, okay, we got our, you can see our deal going. So you just keep it on a slow, steady roll while the hops are going. What?
He says still in progress. No, which is funny. I looked up Horny Gnome Shenanigans, and this MAGA chick with big boobs popped up. So
Yeah, it's a little like anti kind of stuff.
it's like that wasn't
It's the
what
kind
I was
of porn I
thinking.
usually watch.
Yeah, I figured as much. Garden Gnome Sex Party. Why don't when I look? I guess it's called Horny Gnome. So.
That's true. I was gonna say you probably should have used like DuckDuckGo or something to look that up.
Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter.
So one thing I didn't really, I mean, I knew this, but I didn't really think about it, is when you're actually brewing beer, especially after your 2-week fermenting process, it looks so fucking gross. When it's like fermented, looks like you're drinking like gross ass seaweed or something.
Oh, Shane, because as soon as he figures out his merch. Now, we got merch, guys. We have our merch. We have a merch store on our EveryNothing Podcast website.
Shane, here's a recommendation for you. Check out the company Teespring. Just go to teespring.com, teespring.com. You can actually launch a whole merch store without any overhead.
Yeah, the problem with that with YouTube is that you need to be monetized on YouTube to be able to have it on the bottom part of your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Otherwise, you pretty much just have to share the link to your Teespring store.
Yeah. Until you get monetized.
Yeah.
We're working on it. So yeah, go to YouTube, do all the YouTube things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say those things because everybody says it.
But so you get that link. So if you go to here, Shane, check this out. So go to our website, go to EveryNothingPodcast.com, and then click on the store tab. You'll see our Teespring store. So you can actually set up your own Teespring store, make all your designs, and then Teespring handles the production and the shipping. So you literally don't have to do anything except make your design, put it on there. It's a good way to get started, at least so you have a merch store going until maybe future down the road when you want to do it on your own or do something different. So check that out, Shane.
Yeah. I'm looking up at Horny. Is that a 0? Or is that spelled wrong? Whatever. I'll find it.
Horny gnome, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah, so it is getting fucking cold out here.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, man, but you know, I guess we could have did it inside.
Well, if you don't want to watch this bullshit, set your timer for, let's see, 38 minutes. That's when the next thing
But this is
happens.
where the fun stuff happens. I use 308 thread out of GI buddy of mine, and does
Oh, so you got some local people you're using to make some gear. The only reason I decided Teespring is because I can set up an online store that'll ship all over the country. So if there's someone in California listening, well,
Yeah, I'm sure they're out there listening to us.
we got banned in Syria, North Korea, and Iran. Is it Iran or Iraq? One of those two.
Yeah, probably both.
So we can't sell merch to them. So unfortunately,
That was going to be our niche market, though. So
I don't know what we did. We said something. That
No, we played Lord of
North
the Rings.
Korea. North Korea. They didn't want it there.
we played a TikTok with Lord of the Rings music on it.
Actually, we've been banned from those countries a couple times.
Yeah. Well,
they must
you know.
have like stricter like copyright laws or something.
Or censorship. One of those things.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how you can get more strict than the cancel culture these days. We're going to go back to that. It's been on everybody's lips.
Yeah.
He said his guy does too.
Oh, nice.
All right, well, come on. We'll measure dicks.
Hey, man, if you got something that works for you, go for it.
Yeah, I would love to hear about it. This is the best part about podcasting is if you especially get different podcasters and we all talk to each other, it's fantastic. I love community.
Mm-hmm. We need to get.
Oh, there is a zero. Okay.
We need to get Shane one of
We
our
wouldn't
beers.
let you use horny.
We need to get Shane one of our beers so we can review it.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be great.
Like, you say that like our first beer was good. There's nothing wrong with our
I
first
know.
beer.
Well, okay, Shane, so this is a kit. This is not like we came up with our own beer.
He does the same thing with like our workouts at CrossFit. Like we have good workout, and then he'll be like, "Oh yeah, it was fucking awesome." It's like,
You talking about me?
yeah. Oh yeah, it's great.
Well, I'm from New England. Everything's great. Fucking great.
Like
It's called sarcasm.
Yeah, I know. You're trashing on our beer, and our first batch was really good.
I'm not trashing on it. I just community guidelines. Well, I'm just thinking that it was like we're following a kit. Now, if we were like going off the hinges and we were like designing our own recipe,
We're going to at some point.
well, we need to get better at this.
Yeah.
And
At Paytrip, they have like all the. You can buy like just stuff. I don't know the best way to explain it. You don't have to buy like actual packs of stuff. You can buy like. You can mix and match if you're really really know what you're doing.
he said he would do it, but I don't know.
There you go.
All right. Well, that's great, man. We actually have an official reviewer who wants to view our beer. We're thinking of calling it the EveryNothing Beer or EveryNothing Brewery, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, and use this little logo on the as the
Except we'll like make him look like hammered in it or something.
hammer.
No, he's like hammered, like he's drunk.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. Apparently, there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through to actually sell your beer.
Yeah, just a bit.
Maybe we'll just give.
He goes, I got a great beer name for it. Cat Piss 60. Oh, man.
Cat Piss 60 man IPA. I don't think this isn't considered. This is a lager, isn't it?
Well, I think he's calling our beer Cat Piss. I think.
Cream ale, isn't it? Ale.
It's Cat Piss
Cat Piss ale. We'll just switch the IPA to ale.
Well, yeah,
Cat Piss 60-minute ale.
ale.
60
Cream
minute
ale.
60 mil cream ale.
Robert's Cream Ale.
We're just gonna call it Cat Piss ale. Actually, people would buy that. If like you walked into a place and you saw a thing
Cat
called
Piss?
Pass It, I would buy that. I would just be too interested not to.
He goes, a lager needs time, bro.
Yeah.
60 minutes.
Well, the first lager we did, the whole brew process was 60 minutes, but it sat for a long time to ferment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let it sit in the dock underneath my stairs in my basement. Let's get rid of the cat piss off the screen there because that's... What else is going on in the world? We need Joe to give us information because I don't pay attention anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I listen to a lot of stuff, but it's hard to retain everything that's going on because every day there's something new.
He's drinking a Founders Blushing...
Founder is a pretty good beer. Blushing Padre.
Padre. What is that?
I can't say I've had that one. I've had Founders though.
Oh, I've had Founders. Isn't that an Omaha? Is that Omaha beer?
Doesn't it come? It comes in like a small.
Raspberry Belgium Ale aged with tequila barrels. Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yikes. Does
Does
it taste like tequila?
I doubt it. It tastes like Belgium ale.
Oh.
With a hint.
If it tastes like tequila at all, I'm not in. I'm out.
Well, it can't be that bad. It's raspberry, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, raspberry.
Dude, raspberry.
Do you have your timer on?
Yeah.
Sweet. My hands are numb. I just want to say that out loud because...
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to pull that.
Now, you know, this is the EveryNothing Podcast where we brew beer in the early March in Nebraska. And it's like a spicy cranberry juice. That's what it is, like that raspberry.
That sounds pretty good.
Well, Shane, I think when we do the podcast, you need to bring us some of that.
That sounds pretty good.
What do you think?
Yeah.
So is Shane, is he a local boy? What is he?
Shane, where do you live? Wardville? No, I guess you don't have to tell us where you live. But out in that like Grand Island area. Throwing darts.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so
down
you
in
would
Kansas throwing darts.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's everybody else doing? We have a couple other people on. What are you guys drinking? I mean, Shane's really drinking it up there with the... I mean, he's really classy. I mean, I thought my Fruity was classy, but...
I like that Fruity. That Fruity's pretty good. I have some of my Sam Adams, too. I used to be like... I don't know. I used to think Sam Adams was kind of a trash beer, but I don't know why. I think
that hurts me right here.
I don't know why. I just had like this, I don't know, maybe this preconceived notion, but...
That all Boston people suck?
No, it wasn't that. It seemed very commercialized, I think.
Well...
And, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so, like, I've been drinking a lot of Sam Adams lately, like Boston Lager, the Winter Lager, and the Cold Snap. Those are all
When
really
I was
good.
in Kansas City, I drank a lot of Boulevard, and that's kind of like their version of Sam Adams.
The Boulevard Brewery
Yeah, I've been there.
in Kansas City is super awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I haven't been there since they got taken over. I mean, they got some bots.
I went a couple years ago after it all. Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool.
Ah. Shane goes, fuck Boston. I love hazy IPAs. Fuck Boston. All right, listen here, you fucker.
Oh, that's his bar top on there. Did you see it?
Where is it?
On his deal.
Oh, on his deal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it looks like an American flag. It's
Yeah.
not popping up.
He did up the first time.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, Shane, what are you doing nowadays? You can't really watch live shows anymore. I'm hoping live shows start up here soon again. What do you think?
What, in Omaha?
Yeah, well, anywhere. We've been talking about the band, so it looks like a lot of the bigger bands are starting to book shows out in June and July.
Yeah. You mean with
There's like so Shane just said there's a bar tour. Okay, but there's there's some like local bands playing and stuff, but there's main like big shows. But it looks like I saw Darius Ruckers playing in Council Bluffs in June.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some
it's
of the big
gonna be
bands,
all in the Midwest though.
some big bands are starting to play again. So
I mean,
Because
New
we're talking
York,
about the
New York just opened up movie theaters still a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
crazy. But it looks like we may be able to start playing again late July.
That's my official outdoor sneezing and hops sneeze. You know, did you hear about Texas completely 100% opening up?
And Mississippi. Well, Texas is, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Mississippi
I mean,
follows suit. No,
yeah.
I think they're getting rid of the mask mandate. But yeah.
Yeah, but 100%. So, I mean, if they're going to do a tour date, I mean, you can go down to Texas.
Yeah, go play.
I mean, I bet you Florida's pretty much open.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Florida right now. Not everybody. Let me put it this way. The other country we're talking about.
The other country of Florida.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I just
Everything's
want
so whacked out
I just
right
want
now.
to go see live shows. That's all I think I've said that a million times. That's all I really want to do. I just want to see live shows.
I just want I want movies to come back out.
Yeah, it would be nice. I think I told you I have like $120 in gift cards to our movie theater here in town that we have.
$120?
There's no fucking movies to go see.
It's like something these people just keep on giving you.
Yeah. It's like, here's a movie theater. It's like, I don't know. What I should do is I should just go there and get stuff from their snack bar and leave.
Well, that's what they did during the Coof time.
Yeah.
They opened up their thing and go get a big huge thing of popcorn.
That's the problem. Like, I feel bad going there and using a gift card, because they obviously
already got.
You want to support them and give them money to get them through. So it's like you show up with a gift card and take a bunch of stuff.
Plus, we know the owners.
Yeah. So that's
the
thing.
hard
It's
part.
like,
We know the owners too. So
it's like Oh, this is kind of an asshole move, isn't it?
Well, in the movie theater in Fremont, it's not one of those AMC or Dickinson theaters or anything. It's a locally owned theater, so you kind of want to go and support it because, and it's a pretty good theater.
Yeah, I've seen a couple there.
The last movie I went to see there was Spider-Man: Far From Home. I went to see that.
I haven't seen one of those movies in a while.
Oh, yeah, well.
I really want to see that Monster Hunter movie, but I think that one came and went already.
I think it's on POD already. Of
The one
course,
with
everything's on POD.
Mia Jovovich.
Yeah.
She's a babe.
I
I had the biggest crush on Mia Jovovich during the Resident Evil.
What's her first name?
Mia.
Mia.
Mia Jovovich.
What's the last name?
Jovovich. So I was super into Resident Evil, the game, growing up.
Shane wants to know how many
How many Kincaid brews? So, like, actually, the...
Kincaid, what the hell is that?
Well, let me finish my story first.
Okay.
So, Mia Jovovich, Resident Evil... Oh, wait.
What's the last name again?
Jovovich.
Jehovah bitch?
Jovovich. I think she's Russian.
I think it's Jehovah bitch. I think it's what you said. Go ahead.
The Resident Evil games growing up were my favorite games ever. And they still make really good games for, like, PS4 and PS5. Anyway, so like when they started the movie franchise, I was all about it. Their first
nothing
four,
like the games at all.
oh man, they're so fucking good though. And like I just had this huge crush on Mia just because she's the main character in it. Anyways, going back.
She wear that red dress.
Yeah, dude, she's so hot.
Lady in red.
Kincaider has their Devil's Gap, the jalapeno one. Dude, that's my favorite. It's one of my favorite beers. Period. And you don't even need to add anything to it. You think jalapeno beer? That sounds gross. I'm like swiping snot away because it's getting cold out here. Is that gross, guys?
Yes, it is.
I'll clean my hands before I touch this stuff. Anyways, their Devil's Gap Jalapeno Ale is one of my favorite beers that they have. I think Kincaider, because they're out of Broken Bow. We used to, the last band I played with in Lincoln, we used to go down to Broken Bow and play all the time, so I'm pretty familiar with these guys. They also have a sour, the Snosberry. The Snosberry sour is really good. My favorite sour beer, actually. So actually, shout out to Kincaider for having two of my favorite beers out of Broken Bow, Nebraska.
Broken Bow.
Yeah. What do you say?
You guys can 100% shoot a live podcast in the Horny Gnome.
Oh, all right. Wait, so the Horny Gnome's in Kansas? Or are you just traveling down in Kansas right now? Devil's Gap. Yeah. So, okay, so, yeah, the Snosberry. So,
Snosberry.
Shane's saying stuff on here.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
I was going to say, we're like sitting there going, this is stuff I was talking about. So, the jalapeno, he was just backing up what I was saying. The Snosberry is my favorite sour, and the Devil's Gap's my favorite jalapeno, both from Kincaider. They have tap rooms in Lincoln. I don't know if they have a tap room in Omaha.
So that's it. It's in his house. He probably has a similar setup than we have here. I have my studio, the EveryNothing Studios. It's not. Yeah. It's called 30 Wilshire Studios here in my house. So where we usually do our live show, except that
not in the freezing cold.
Not in the freezing cold. Oh, whoa! Knocking stuff over. 12% body fat over here is gonna die soon.
Ah, freezing. I'm just gonna get drunker. So do you hear that? So you remember the movie The Titanic?
Or just Titanic?
The Titanic.
Is that a different movie?
I think it's called The Titanic.
What with?
Yeah, never mind. I can't think of anything stupid to say. Titanic.
It's not that Titanic.
There's that one guy when the end of the ship is going down, and then there's the one guy getting fucking hammered. Uh-huh. So maybe that's just I need to get really drunk so I can get warm.
The problem.
Apparently, that was a true story. There was one guy who survived.
Because he got so drunk.
I don't know if it's a true story, but it was a story I've heard a million times. He got really drunk and he went to the water and he survived because he was so like warm from the alcohol. I don't know if that's true or not. I have to double check that one, but I think that's why they showed him in it, because that was like an actual story, regardless if it was true or not, from the Titanic sinking.
Well, it's also. I mean, the story I always found amazing was the musicians that just kept on playing the whole time, and they kept on playing until the boat went down or something, right?
That's funny though, because like, if I think I was the musician there and I had like my amps and stuff there, I'd be playing like something fucking heavy, like
not back then.
Pantera, like some Cowboys from Hell or some shit. As this, Cowboys from Hell going down. was like,
oh shit. I don't know, man. I would probably shit my pants. That would be my
that'd be
reaction.
the
to that.
fucking worst, man. Oh man, can you imagine? Yeah, that'd be the fucking worst. I have like this. That's like, do you have like a fear? Like So like my biggest fear is being like trapped in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, it's like nothing.
Yeah, like that would be the
Sharks,
worst.
sharks, or no sharks.
Well, of course, sharks. I mean, there's gonna be sharks there. That would be like if you put me in a hellscape. That would be like the worst. Like if I went to hell and that would be my eternal torment.
Is it the
would be like
drowning
trapped. Yeah, being trapped in this, and you don't know it. You don't know anything that's under you. You know what I mean? Like it's the fear of the unknown. I think maybe.
And somebody just touches your foot.
I don't know, man. That'd be the worst. Like if I fell asleep one night and then I woke up and someone dropped me in the middle of the ocean. Oh Jesus!
All right, we know what to do for his birthday.
That'd be the worst.
We'll drug him up because we live in Nebraska. It'll take a while to get to the ocean.
Yeah. I'm glad I live in Nebraska.
I mean, does it have to be the ocean? Could it be like a lake?
Nah,
If you saw land, would
I'm
it
fine
make
in
you-
lakes, yeah.
So
Because lakes don't have like sharks and stuff. Where are we at? We've got 20 minutes left.
All right, Shane. Thanks. Yeah, kick back on when you can, man. He's kicking off for a little bit.
Good, get the hell out of here.
You know, my favorite. I think my biggest fear is like I really, really hate needles. I hate the whole feeling of needles underneath.
Do you
the
ever
skin.
get blood?
I tried once.
No.
I hated it. I couldn't look. I didn't faint. I didn't quite do the Jake version of
Our boy Jake, if you watched this podcast before, he's been on a couple times. He gave blood for the first time a couple months ago. We did a blood drive at the gym. And the funny part is, if you even mention anything about feeling like a little lightheaded or anything, because he said he really wasn't that bad, he just kind of mentioned it. They like attack you and then like put your feet up, and like he said like he's like, yeah, I'm feeling a little faint, and then they like a bunch of them like swarmed him, put his feet up, and like put him back, and like made him close his eyes. I don't know.
Horrible.
Kind of funny.
I did it in Dodge, Nebraska. I was in blood drive there, and of course the lady is like sticking around.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Oh.
Did they not get it on the first try?
No.
Okay, because I was sitting there actually because I was taking a picture of Jake since it was his first time, and I have bigger veins, so like they always get it on the first time, and they like were digging around it, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna fucking suck. And I remember him saying, he's like, I was trying to be a man, like, you know, I could fucking take it, but like after a little while, it's like, please stop.
So we know how Jake would do under
Right.
torture, right?
He didn't actually do that, but it was just him telling that story was pretty funny.
Oh my god! So I was just watching a commercial the other night. It was like talking about medical technology, and they had this device, and they went over people's arms, and they could see the veins, and they just went whoop, right into it.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I was like, that's amazing. If that's true, of course I don't know if it's true.
Amazing.
It's amazing. Wow, I'm freezing. I can't feel my fingertips, or as my daughter calls them, phalanges.
Yeah, that's what they are. Well, so like, yeah, I have in college football, I busted my finger in half right here.
Wow.
So I have a metal plate right here. So it's kind of funny. You can't really see it in the dark. This metal plate gets
It's
really
glowing.
cold in the winter, and so this whole finger goes numb when it gets a little bit cold out, and like everything else is fine.
So
It's
can you
just this
bend
one.
your finger?
I can get it to about there.
Now, does that affect your guitar playing?
Not really. When it gets cold, like when we've done outdoor shows and stuff, like
worst.
yeah, it's like I don't know. I try not to do outdoor shows as much as I can anymore.
There's two type of shows. Yeah. Outdoor shows during the summer are fine.
Yeah.
It's really when it gets to fall. We did when I was in Kansas City. We did a ton of biker nights
Yeah.
outdoors. They're fun during the summer. When it gets to the fall,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just like freezing. And
Well-
then you finish the song, and you're like,
The other thing is like when you do it midsummer and like the bugs come out, like when you have the overlights. Yeah. I don't know. I'm over outdoor shows. Don't ever ask me to do outdoor shows.
well, what's
anymore.
funny is back when I was playing back in the day, because I'm a little bit older than you, we didn't have LED lights. We had normal like Par 64, let me burn your face off lights. And so it was kind of always warm up
So
there.
the bugs are just.
Well, it's not the bugs. I'm just saying it was just warm. It was always
yeah.
hot. But then you get these new LED lights that are way better, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. But there's no heat, which is actually a good thing. But also on the outdoor shows, you can't go up and go, let me cook my fingers real fast.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Oh man, I do miss playing out. It's just So you're saying you guys might be getting back in July?
Late July, early August, somewhere. I think we started talking about May. What was it? March, April, May. Yeah, sometime in May. Looking at booking our shows for July, moving on.
So for all our listeners who haven't been paying attention, how did your release go? Did it?
Yeah, it went awesome. So, obviously, well, it's hard to tell when you can't actually play shows, but I mean, you kind of got to take how many streams you've gotten on Spotify and how much engagement you've gotten on like Facebook and stuff like that. But you don't really know until you actually see faces in a crowd, you know? Yeah. But I mean, according to Spotify, we have over 1,000 downloads already, only a couple weeks out. Same with like YouTube and all that stuff. I don't know. In Facebook, there's a lot of engagement on the initial like release post. Yeah, it's hard to tell. So I'm excited to play live shows again, so we can see
how the reaction.
I mean, we've got a lot of good feedback. I mean, a lot of great feedback. If you haven't checked it out, check out go to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever you use. Amazon.
Is it on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on everything. Chasing Chance, Heartbeat. Let me know what you think. It's a 4-song EP. We've had a lot of really good feedback from it, so I've been pretty excited about it. I think it's a great EP. I think it's some of the best music I've been involved with.
Of course, I'm trying to type and I can't feel my fingers. There's a movie that comes up for Gilchrist University.
It's called Chasing Chance. Nice.
And then look at this one that comes up.
Hell yeah. Our next album cover should be like that.
Peter goes, I'm sure it was awesome.
Peter, check it out.
You didn't check it out, did you? I'm sure it was awesome.
Asshole.
Well, Peter, I guess we just won't give you.
I don't know. Peter likes like AC/DC and stuff like that. You might like a couple of the songs actually. Like,
well, we listened to it in the gym when we worked out.
Peter, we'll listen to it tomorrow morning. Okay.
I liked it. There was of course, I was listening to the production value because the production value is really good. Mm-hmm. So, what was the process you guys did for that?
So this is actually a lot different. So the last albums I was involved in was very more the old school technique where we actually mic'd up amps and did it that way. For the stuff I'm doing with Chasing Chance, we've went a different route. So we have a mixer who's actually this guy, Bender Recording. He's out of like Nashville or something. One of the guys knew him, but he's actually done a lot of work for some bigger bands. I think he's even worked with like I Prevail and some bands like that. And so pretty much what we do is we make a demo. I actually make a demo through Logic to somewhat close to like what we want it to sound. And then we send all of our sounds DI to him, and then he does all the mixing 100%. So he actually adds...
DI is direct.
Yeah.
So like that means that what basically it means is you take your signal directly into your software or whatever. You're not going through an amp. You're not going through processing. For you people who don't know what that DI means.
So just pretty much recording straight to a computer, send that audio file to the mixer. The mixer.
DI generally sounds like crap. It's what you do afterwards that makes it sound good.
So it's funny because like a DI electric guitar sounds like dog shit.
Yeah. And the thing is that usually bass, like as a bass player, I go direct. That's what direct is, DI. Mm-hmm. I go direct a lot, except that, bass, generally you want to put a little compression on it and all that kind of stuff. But, so you went through that.
Yeah. So I actually did a whole mix.
Peter, I went to Tennessee one time and saw a band playing a bar. One time at band camp.
That's the most interesting story I've ever heard, Peter. Tell me one more time. Anyways, so that's awesome. Did you put that up?
I'll put it up. Went to Tennessee one day.
Thanks, Peter. That might be the best thing I've heard all day. No joke. I'm not joking about that. So anyways, we record everything DI. I go through Logic and I make a somewhat cohesive demo so I can give the guy who's mixing it an idea of what we want it to sound like. We send all the sounds off to him, he mixes it, and then we go back and forth 5, 6, 7, 8 times to get the right sound. And then, bam, finished product.
Yeah, it's so different than the way that we recorded, even 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When we used to have the rent recording studio time, and the whole band would have to go in, you'd mic the drums up.
Yeah.
Now, you said you actually went and did the drums separately.
Okay, so that's the one thing. So you can't do that with drums. You got to be pretty good. You got to have a lot of good you got to have a good space. You got to have good mics. So John, shout out John Feist, the drummer from Chasing Chance. He actually goes to a studio. I want to say it's Make Believe Studios. I could be wrong on that. In Omaha. In Omaha.
Is it by the ice cream place?
I don't know.
There's a studio.
He goes in and he does all that stuff. He gets the tracks.
That's an area?
You'd have to ask him.
All right, John, hook us up.
So he actually goes into a studio to do his drums. Once the drums are done, everything else can be done DI, just straight into a computer. Vocals, bass, guitar, and then MIDI sounds. So that's like keyboards and any extracurricular sounds. So we're working on another single that hopefully will come out in the next couple months. We're doing the same thing. John's going to get into the studio, record his drums, the whole process. It actually is kind of nice because you only need to spend, I think, 2 hours in the studio, like $200, something like that.
Yeah.
And John, he doesn't have any red light syndrome. He can actually hop in there and get it done pretty quick. So you pay for that, and then we pay for the mixer, and then the mixer sends a mastered version. But John, actually, shout out again to John. He's been working on his mastering skills. So John did a lot of the mastering on Heartbeat as well.
Mastering is another art. It's an art in a sense. So there's mixing and then there's mastering. Mastering, what it does essentially, it gets the volume and all the frequencies where they're supposed to be, so you can release it to Spotify and whatnot. So it all is kosher out there in the marketing world. Yeah.
So the things I didn't think about is like when you're playing over Spotify, when you're playing over the radio, when the names and stuff pop up, that's all part of mastering.
It's all part of mastering. Yeah.
Mastering. I guess I didn't even consider.
Yeah.
What you would have to do.
You have to master if you want to have it released. It's for consistency of volume. It's consistency. Essentially, what you want to have is you really want to send a signal that all your frequencies are pretty level, like on a meter. So therefore, you can hear everything. How much time we got?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. We're just going to talk about mastering, but
it's a process. But
no, it's an art. It's knowing how to do it. And some people mix, but they never master. I mean, I mix a lot of stuff, but I never take the time to master because I'm not releasing it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I like how. I mean,
I was just thinking the same thing, Peter.
What do you say?
I do have one. I can see it from here.
I tried to plug it in, but you told me not to.
Well, I didn't want to blow up the circuit, but I could find another plug.
No, we're good. We got another 10 minutes before we add the rest. We're gonna stop this in another 30 minutes. Once we get it back in there, we're done.
Yeah, well.
So we got another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can show you the finished product. But anyways, I like how easy it is nowadays for people to create music.
Well, there is, and also too, like mastering thing, there is, because there's a little bit of a science to it. You can go to these mastering websites and just upload your files.
Yeah, like Fiverr and stuff like that. There's mastering services.
And for whatever it costs, and they'll mix it for you just based on computer algorithms. It's kind of cool. It's completely different when I was growing up. I'm so old, but when I was recording back in the 90s, I mean, we would all the band would get into a room. We would mic up the drums. We would all sit around and we would all play the song. And we usually took tracks, but usually we were just paying attention to the drums and going, okay, the drums sound good. Then we would do our stuff separately, or they might actually take the stuff we did there and say, okay, you did good.
Well, so that's it's people still do that. Like I said, the last band I was in.
That takes a lot of studio time.
Yeah. Well, the last band I was in, we did that. We mic'd up amps. We mic'd up everything.
In different rooms.
Yeah, we had some really good. Okay, so shout out to the Hanyaks, Hanyaks. That was a band I played with in Lincoln for 4 years, and Monty, the founder of the Hanyaks, he had a couple albums out before I even joined the band, and then we put an album out all together. There's 3 albums out on Spotify and YouTube and all those places too. Actually, really great music. He did a really good job because he went to school for a lot of that stuff, so he did a lot of his own mixing and mastering himself too.
Yeah, there is art mixing and all that is such a good.
Yeah.
Like I tried, I dabble in it, but I'm really bad at it. I mean,
it takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
All right, here's my Sam Adams. I'm still trying to warm up. I'm trying to warm up. Peter, I won't be there tomorrow. I'm gonna be too drunk.
Yeah, just to try to stay warm. We won't be able to do anything with the hands. We're gonna pick up the dumbbell and be like, I can't hold on to it because my fingers are broken off. We should just get gloves on, little hats on.
Little gloves and hats. We're getting there. We're getting close to step number 2, which will be pretty much the rest of the stuff.
Awesome.
The dried malt. Oh wait, did I put? Oh shit. Did I put that thing into the hot water?
What, the sanitized thing?
No, the.
What part?
Did I do with it?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Can.
The what?
The can.
No. Oh, to loosen it up, you mean?
Yeah, where's that at?
I don't know. Oh, maybe you put it in the hot water.
No, I didn't put it in there. The hot water's over here. Oh, it's right here. Shit.
So what he's talking about is the malt. It's in a can, and you got to put it in hot water to loosen it up. So when we put it in, it's not all clumpy. But I guess we've been talking too much, and I guess I'm gonna have to talk to you guys. Oh man, I'm cold. I recorded several albums back in this place in Seabrook, New Hampshire called Bobcat Studios. We did a bunch of friends of mine in New Hampshire recorded a bunch of albums there. When I say a bunch, I mean like 2. There's a deer behind me. Are you kidding me?
What?
Peter goes, "Did you see the deer behind you?" I did not see the deer behind me.
Peter's just fucking with
Are you?
Because we were messing with him. He's probably messing with us.
I don't know. Are you messing with me, Peter? Because I did not see the deer behind me. I did not. That would have surprised me. We have many deer that run through here. We also have foxes and no hounds, except I have my dumb dog. So I guess I can fit all that a hound. But no, I recorded a.
When do you add your extract? You see that in there? Corn sugar, 1 ounce. You see, it doesn't say anything about the extract. When do you add that? I feel like this one isn't as like.
I'll let you talk to the audience. Oh.
I'm just trying to figure out the order of events here. So, like I said, we're still trying to learn how to do things here. This one, we have a deal of extract, and it does not say when to add the extract. So, that's what I'm trying to figure out. So, bear with me here. If you want to get into some of this brewing stuff, it's actually really easy, and it's kind of fun, actually. You and a buddy. I think the whole kit, we got the things we were talking about. So the steel pot, the burner, the fermenter, the fermenting bucket, and a keg system, all for $700. If you don't even want it, you don't even have to do the keg. You can get the whole system just to brew. I think it was like $500 altogether. And then like one of these kits is like $50. That makes you, God, like 40 something beers, something like that. It's 5 gallons worth of alcohol. So I don't know, it's pretty fun. If you like to try different beers and stuff, it's a good way to. I mean, you can save a little bit of money brewing your own beer.
Plus, you get the freeze.
When do you add your extract? It doesn't say anything about extract on here. Oh man, I don't know. Do we just throw it in and hope to God that doesn't ruin it? Because, I mean, it's in there, so obviously you add the extract at some point. Oh, here we go. Start boil, pour into your bottle. Add only the include. Continuously stir the extract into the water as it returns to a gentle rolling boil. Oh shit, were we supposed to add the extract a long time ago?
This is how we screw up beer.
This is how you fuck it up.
Woo! I just plugged in a heater.
Alright, I'm gonna open the extract.
Alright, let me read this. Brewing tips. So you added the LME, right? Is that what you added?
That's the...
Start.
How do you open this thing?
Oh god, here we go. This should be the fun time.
Is it actually working this time?
Probably not. So my parents bought my wife this thing for Christmas, and
it doesn't work worth a shit.
Well, and what's funny about this whole thing is that when it was wrapped up, my wife thought it was. Oh, look at that! It did work.
Damn.
So fuck you.
Last time
when she picked it up, it was wrapped, and she goes, "Did your parents buy me a dildo?" And I said, "God, I hope not." But it's not a dildo. It's not a sex toy. It's a very fancy.
The extract is really good.
Are you like licking it?
Mm-hmm. Try it. It'll taste like caramel.
I don't want to lick it.
You sure you don't want to lick?
Paul, lick this.
Probably not supposed to eat it. What I was looking at was the right here. So it doesn't say anything about the extract in here, but here it says, add only the included LME to the boiling water. Persist to stir the extract into the water as it returns to a gentle rolling boil. So maybe you add it here with all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Oh, we're
there.
there.
We're there. All right.
The Czech Saz hot pellets.
Here it is.
You can't really see it, sorry. Here, you can see it here.
Sure. Here, let me do this. Go ahead and do that again. Yeah. There we go.
I'll wait for those ones. Smell
Of course.
pretty good.
There we go. Let's look at that boiling water for a
All right,
little
dude, we're adding everything here. It's elmi, corn sugar. It's all coming in.
Are we adding this too?
Yep, all of that.
Both of them? Do we need scissors?
We might. Adding corn sugar. Okay. Here. This way. Here.
You got it?
Yeah. This way.
I don't want to cut your...
Hey,
My hands are so
Ryan.
cold, man.
The dried malt.
Do we need both these bags?
Not at all. It's the first time. Jesus, man.
I can't feel my fingers. Shane's back. Peter left because his wife said he had to disconnect. She's like, you don't watch these people do weird beer stuff.
Stir this bitch up. We're gonna add the extract too. All right.
Boil, boil.
We're adding the extract.
Shane's still in the middle of the Dark League. How you doing? You winning?
So we got another 20 minutes on this, and then we'll have our wort.
Sweet.
And then we just need to cool it down and add it to the thing. I think once we have the wort, we end this bitch.
Yeah, why, you cold?
Yeah, fucking free.
Robert's freezing. I did get a heater out here for you.
You good?
I'll put it over by you so you can... Shane, we were at my house. We're out in my backyard.
Fremont, Nebraska.
Shane goes, I won every game I've thrown. I'm kind of a big deal.
I watched every game of throw.
No. He's talking about Dart game. He's won every game. He's won every game of Thrones.
I was like, all right, cool, man.
Oh my god. So we're attempting not to freeze to death. All right. You said 20 minutes after all that stuff went in. Then after that, we just got to finish up. So we'll probably just hang out for another 20 minutes, and then we'll get off this thing so we can.
Yeah. So okay. So you were watching the pot there. The bot. I added our corn shit. Stuff's getting everywhere. Our corn sugar, our dried malt, and our extract, which is pretty much gives it all the flavor and all that shit.
Yeah, and we added more hops, right?
Yeah, and more hops. So that should be everything. Okay. So when you get to that point, you got shit everywhere. Ah!
Holy crap, I'm cold.
Another 20 minutes for the boil, and then you have to cool it down to 70 degrees, which we have this snake thing. We'll show you how to do that. And then
Oh, sorry, we could have put the water.
once you cool it down, you pitch the yeast, which is the last packet of stuff you put in. Throw it in the big clear container we showed you, seal it off, put it away. So we'll show you, when we get to the 20 minutes, we'll show them how to do the snake thing to cool it down. Once we start cooling it down, that's probably what we'll cut it.
Yeah.
Because the rest of it's just boring.
Yeah, but we're having fun. We're the community out there talking.
Dude, that thing is nice.
Yeah, you gotta make sure it's on though, because there's a little button on it.
Oh, is there?
On the bottom of it. Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like it has to be on the ground. So if you pick it up, it shuts off.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
We're going to review this heater right now. It's a piece of dung.
There you go. I'll take it to the gym and steal it from you. So,
Shane's just talking about Game of Thrones over here. Anybody else watch Game of Thrones?
yeah, I watched it.
I watched all 8 seasons. I think season 8 was a big piece of shit. I'll say that out loud because everybody else did too. But I think what happened was my favorite character was Tyrion, and then once the books. And
Tyrion? Wasn't he the one that bangs his sister?
No, Tyrion is the short guy.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Dinklage is the guy's actor's name. Anyways, that character was awesome, and then once the show went past the books and they didn't have any material for him anymore, they were writing the dialogue and all that stuff.
Yeah, it got kind of weird. Was it after like season 6 or 5? Or wait, how many seasons did it go? 6 or 7?
Well, when they went past the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like 6, 7, and 8 were past the book, I think.
Yeah.
And they just didn't give him anything.
You could definitely tell.
Yeah, because he didn't have anything. Because his character just wasn't doing anything. He didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm watching. Okay, so here's a show to watch. I've been talking about this to like everybody. Maybe I mentioned it last week too. That's cool. I've been watching the TV show. Okay, so it's actually a book, and I've been listening to it on Audible.
Not sponsored, just like anything else here. By the way, we're using this camera. Not sponsored.
The book is called The Man in the High Castle, and there's a TV series on Amazon, and it might be one of the best TV shows I've ever watched because I've always been super interested in World War II history. I don't know why. It's just that whole era of everything that happened then was always very intriguing to me. But the premise of The Man in the High Castle is if the Axis won World War II, pretty much everything from the Colorado Rockies east is owned by Nazi Germany, and everything from the Rockies to the west is owned by Japan. And, chaos ensues from there. But
it becomes very sci-fi-y.
Have you watched it?
I've seen the second season, yeah.
Oh, man, it's so good.
Have not seen it?
Yeah, I'm on season 2 right now.
Okay. So
I've listened. I'm halfway through the book.
But you haven't got to the
Audible.
sci-fi part of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm halfway through the book and halfway through the series too.
I started watching Superman and Lois on CW. I know CW, but this show is actually pretty good.
Where do you get CW at?
You can get it anywhere.
You have cable?
No, I use the CW ad. You can watch it on the next day.
Oh.
It's free. You don't need to pay for it. But I mean, I know I'm a big superhero nerd, but this is actually doing Superman justice right now. He actually is a good character, and
Oh, really?
yeah, they're not screwing it up yet. But don't worry, it will get screwed up. CW always screws it up. But right now I'm watching very optimistic, and I'm like, it's gonna be pretty good.
Hopefully it's good.
And what else am I watching? I'm watching, of course, WandaVision on Disney Plus. # cancel Disney Plus, but I'm not going to do that because I want to watch my shows.
Yeah, don't do that because I steal your Disney Plus. Actually, you know what's funny? I don't think...
Shane wants to know my take on WandaVision. I really like it. I will say that the first 2 episodes I actually enjoyed a lot. I all the people online were just not giving it a chance the first 2 episodes, but I think it was just...
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, but it just...
You're talking to Shane on this one.
Yeah, I'm talking to Shane, but it was just systematically got better every episode. Now, the last episode was kind of like an information dump, but I think it was... we're very interested. But what I really liked about it was the fact that the online community and all these people were really excited about talking about it. Because it was a weekly show, we can actually discuss it. It wasn't like... Because that's the one thing about like Netflix, and all these shows get dumped. Some people could be on episode 4, and some people could be finished the show in one night.
Yeah.
And you're not, as a community, you're not able to talk about it. Mm-hmm. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, so that starts. So next week is, tomorrow night is the final episode of WandaVision, and then, we got interaction. See, I run up movies, and people are talking now.
There you go.
So after WandaVision, then I think there's another like making of WandaVision, and then after that is Falcon and Winter Soldier. So that looks good. Yeah, Shane, I agree with you. Slow start, but I even then though it was just you always like even the first episode when what's her name was just like yelling stop it. It was just so tense right there. It was awesome, and so I was always giving that. I always thought it was just, and you knew it was Marvel. You knew it was going to get better. You can't just go off the first 2 episodes. All right. Funny story about Superman and Lois. The first time it was on, it was right after Family Guy. For some reason, my brain thought it was going to show about Superman and Lois Griffin. What do you think that show would be like?
What's Superman and Lois?
Okay, so Ride Dog was talking about...
Rylan! Hey, man!
He was talking about how
Did you tune in late or what?
Yeah, well... he was talking about how he's watching Superman and Lois, and the first time he saw her, it was right after Family Guy. So for some reason, his brain thought it was a show about Superman and Lois Griffin.
He's probably watching Pornhub. Those are always the fucking ads that pop up, or like the Lois Griffin getting banged or something. Sorry, I had to bring it there.
So Shane goes, I'm pretty stoked for the future of MCU, but DC. Are you not stoked for the Snyder Cut? I'm kind of excited about Snyder Cut, and I'm also like Lois and Superman and Lois is really good.
It's gonna be.
I watched the first episode of this new season of The Flash yesterday.
Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, Lewis and Clark. I watched the first episode of The Flash season 7, and the show drives me crazy. I just can't. It's like they sit around and talk about their feelings all the time. It's like why are they talking about their feelings all the time?
It's not my forte.
It's like they're talking about their feelings in bars and talking about their feelings in hallways and talking about their feelings talking about their feelings. Stop talking about their feelings.
Those are the worst kind of TV shows. So like, that's like I don't know. I know there's a lot of people out there that like this stuff. It's just not my style. Like Grey's Anatomy and I don't know.
Talk about their feelings everywhere.
That's just all it is. It's like drama nonstop. It's like how do you guys like this?
The only reason I couldn't do it is because you said one day 3 years ago that I was a loser.
But I say like how can you guys like this? But I watch like American Dad and shit like that.
Yeah,
so,
that's all comedy. That's all dumb stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I get that probably doesn't make sense to some people. Well, like because I'm almost through King of the Hill. Oh, fuck, I love King of the Hill so much.
I guarantee you after we do this, we'll go home and watch King of the Hill.
Yeah, I'll watch a couple episodes before I go to bed tonight. It's funny because like it hits home on so many things because I grew up in like small town Nebraska. He'll make like these stupid jokes that maybe some people would be like, what? And I was like, oh man, that hits home.
All right, so who's that?
Who?
Last post there. You probably know who that is.
Shane?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Read it. Do you know who Kyle is?
Oh, Kyle. Yeah. Shit, I haven't even thought about that guy for a while. Sorry, we're reading. Yeah, Kyle. He's another guy from back home. I haven't talked to Kyle in forever. Actually, kind of.
So is Kyle like a superhero kind of thing, or are you going to talk beer and bourbon?
I think Kyle. He's like a corrections officer or something like that. From last I remember, I could be wrong.
Rye Dog likes Bob's Burgers.
Okay, so I haven't actually watched Bob's Burgers, but I like the guy who made Bob's Burger. That guy's hilarious. I'll have to get in that one. Is that one on Netflix, Rylan?
Yeah, it's on
Hulu.
OnlyFans page.
You haven't heard of Bob's Burger?
Yeah.
Oh, I think. Am I way off on that, Shane? I know Kyle was doing something in corrections or maybe probation. I don't know. Anyways,
maybe he's just in jail.
or maybe he's in jail. I don't want to say. Yeah, no, Kyle's a good dude. I remember Hulu. Bob's Burgers on Hulu.
So is that
Kyle's
part of
dude.
that evil Disney Corporation? Oh no.
That's what I'm watching. King of the Hill. It's on Hulu. Oh, so I'm finishing up too. Vikings. You ever watch Vikings?
That's on.
It's on the History Channel. Originally.
History Channel, yes.
So I watched up till season 6 on Hulu.
It's on. It's on Netflix though now, isn't it? Or
no.
is it on Amazon?
So there's 7 There's 6 seasons, and season 6 is the finale, and it's split into 2 parts. 6.5 were on Hulu, and I got up to 6.5, and I thought that's where it ended, but it had like, I'm not gonna give any spoilers. When you get to 6.5, something happens in it, and you're like, this is how this fucking ends? Vikings is one of the best shows I've ever seen. Yeah, but then I come to realize that there's a second half to season 6, which is on Amazon.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes, I'm finishing that.
Now,
did that
get delayed because of the coof, or is it?
Maybe I don't know. I didn't look into it, but it's like, oh, thank God, because it continues from where you thought it would end.
BRB boys.
We got 5 minutes left on this. Right? 40, 50, 60. Yep, 60.
What's BRB boys?
Be right back.
Oh. I was thinking of a show. We're talking about shows. And I was like, what the hell show is that? Speaking of Be Right Back Boys, do you guys watch The Boys on Amazon? Have you watched it?
I haven't, no.
That's an interesting show, too.
The Boys. I've heard about it.
Well,
I actually haven't been on Amazon, you said? Oh,
it's on Amazon, yeah.
I actually haven't been on Netflix, like, barely at all lately.
Well, Netflix, the last time I was on Netflix because Cobra Kai came out.
Oh, there's a new series on Netflix called Samurais.
Yeah, I heard about it. Yeah.
It's one of those ones where it's like history, but it also has like it's history. It's like a TV show plus a documentary all in one. Those are like my favorite ones. There's ones called Barbarians Rising. Jesus, I'm losing my voice.
Too much beer.
It's in the cold. My shot doesn't work. Barbarians Rising. It's really good. And then Rome Rising or something like that. That's another one.
All
like
the same, like producing.
I think so. But they're really cool because it's like an actual TV show, but they also throw like actual history in it. So like there'll be a TV show going on, and then they'll cut scene to like some historian talking about what's going on. And like,
I have to check it out.
I heard those are like my favorite TV shows of all time. Because like it's like an actual TV show, so you're enjoying it, but you actually get the history part of it too, like what's actually going on. So there's a Rome one. There's a Barbarians one, which also I think has a lot to do with Rome and how they were like conquering Gaul and all those places. And then the Samurai one, which I haven't started yet. The first episode's on the Battle of Japan, I think is the title of the first
episode.
Speaking
of Samurai, you ever watched Samurai Jack?
No.
Back in the day?
I know what it is. I think I've seen episodes here and there.
Oh man, so Samurai Jack is a cartoon back in the 90s.
Is it that old?
Maybe 2000s. By Tarkovsky, Jenny Tarkovsky. I don't know, some Russian guy from America.
Tarkovsky.
But his animation style is amazing. But he just did a new show called Primal on Adult Swim.
Primal.
And there's like no speaking at all. It's all art and music, and So it's basically the
Adult Swim, you said?
Yeah, it's not. Well, it's an Adult Swim, and then you can find it on.
Isn't Cartoon Network own Adult Swim?
Correct. Yeah.
So they're allowing Adult Swim to continue on.
I don't know.
Cartoon Network's the one that's like. Never mind.
Well, I know.
I don't
Well,
want to go back to politics again.
well, I started watching it on HBO Max, which I'm assuming owns. So Warner Brothers probably owns it. But they only had up to a certain episode, and I had to watch the last 3 episodes on Adult Swim.
Oh.
And so, but
I love Adult Swim, man.
it's a pretty cool show. It's basically a caveman and a dinosaur.
I love these fucking ridiculous shows. It sounds ridiculous. I love it.
Oh, it's all about art and music, and it's
Okay.
pretty good. But it's very gory.
Gory?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's cartoon, so.
Have you seen the one on Adult Swim that's about like some guys who play metal music all the time and like,
Yeah.
fight crime or something or whatever
Ridiculous,
it is?
yeah. What
Yeah.
they called?
I can't remember what it's called. There's another TV show on Adult Swim. It is probably my favorite TV show of all time on Adult Swim. And I'm actually not joking about this. It's actually a really good TV show. If you like ridiculous, stupid hillbilly comedy, it's called Squidbillies.
Yeah.
Have I talked about that?
Well,
Have you seen it?
Well, the episode. I was always just watching this YouTube show about all the times Rush was mentioned in pop culture.
I think Rush is in one of the Squidbillies.
Well, yeah, they had Neil Peart. He's like healing power drums. He comes out. And he's like, he's like healing the guy that got killed. And he's like,
Squidbillies is fucking hilarious. The premise is it's a bunch of squids who are hillbillies.
the end. Have fun watching that.
Yeah, dude.
Adult Swim.
It's let's see. It's on HBO Now or HBO Go,
Max.
whatever.
HBO.
Max, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where Cartoon. So what's going on with Cartoon Network? They're canceling everything. What's going on?
I don't know. I swear I heard Cartoon Network was starting to buy in a lot of like they're putting those disclaimers on the Muppets, and they're putting it
that's Disney Plus.
That's Disney Plus, but I think Cartoon Network is pretty much following suit with all this stuff.
Rye Dog says Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
I haven't watched Robot Chicken in probably 5 years. I mean, I used to watch that religiously, like 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, and just kind of put it on to go to bed.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I just kind of stopped. I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, I just stopped watching it. Oh man, Robot Chicken was always good.
All right, we're off. We're off the heat.
So now what? What are we gonna do?
We get the snake out. Got to
The
cool
snake.
it.
All right.
All right, so this is the last part. You have to actually cool the. So what we have now is wort. You have to cool the wort. You got to bring it down to 70 degrees. So we have a thermometer
This
right
is
here.
the snake.
This is the snake.
So the whole purpose of this is that you push cold water through this. It goes through and it cools it down, so you don't have to wait as long. That's really what it is. You don't need this. You don't need this.
So what you can do is you can just take the tub thing that we have, or the pot, and put it into a deal of cold water,
or ice.
Ice, like an ice deal to cool it down. But this works good too.
I can put this in then, right? It's all
sanitized.
And we sanitize this all, so it's not just like random metal. All right, now we got to hook it up to a hose. This part here goes out here.
Okay, can I see this in here?
What's that? Yeah.
So literally, it just pumps water through the deal. So the water's not actually touching the wort. It's just cooling the snake and bringing the water temperature down.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about bacteria in the water or sanitizing the water going through. Here it comes. Bloop. Here it goes. Make sure that's not squirting everywhere. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Oh man!
Bitch.
Come on! Why are you being a bitch? Oh man, what are you doing? It's stupid stuff. Oh my god, I can't feel my fingers! There we go. I think this is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. Robert trying to fuck with his water.
All right, so I'm gonna put the lid on just so nothing flies into
All these bugs that we have.
and that will slowly cool it down. Once it is cooled down to 70 degrees with our thermometer, we're gonna place it.
Oh, this is not the beer. This is my anal thermometer.
Yeah. We're gonna place it in this thing, seal this off, take a ABV reading before we put it away. So we have this deal, and
It's sanitizing.
yes, so our ABV, what tells you the alcohol content. You put a little bit of beer or wort in here, put this in here, this gives you an initial rating. And then after 2 weeks, you do it again. And then there's an equation on here that you can look some stuff up. It'll tell you what your actual alcohol content is. So you can actually let it sit in here longer if you want the alcohol content to be higher. The longer it ferments.
So the equation is the first reading minus the second reading times 131.25. And it gives you a percentage.
Yeah, so we'll get initial. So you have to get the initial rating. That's important. Otherwise, after 2 weeks, do it again. If it's not high enough for you, let it sit a little bit longer.
Sit around for a while.
Once you reach that what you want, then we're going to bottle it.
And then we wait another 2 weeks.
Wait another 2 weeks for it to carbonate because it'll carbonate itself in the bottle. And bam, you got beer.
And then bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So
what's funny is that I'm wondering back in the day when they were making beer in the good old Game of Thrones era. It's like, did they sit there and go, all right, we're gonna multiply this by this much?
that just fermented forever and
It's like,
until they got drunk.
yeah, this is good stuff.
I don't think they need to watch any of this, do they?
I don't know.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we're wrapping up. You know why? Robert's cold.
I'm fucking freezing.
Yeah.
You got the rest of it though. We've got the beer. Like, it is done. You just need to cool it down to a certain temperature and just transfer it into this deal or into the jug you're gonna store it in for 2 weeks. And actually, that's it.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna end this so we can actually clean up while this is cooling down. So
yeah.
Anyways, thanks for joining us. Shane and Rye Dog and who else? Peter. Who else came up? I'm not sure. I can't tell if anybody else came on, but we thoroughly enjoyed talking to you about all this stuff. I'm freezing. Do all the YouTube and Facebook things.
Yeah,
Share, comment, all that junk.
Subscribe to YouTube. That one helps us.
Merch
the most.
store.
We have a merch store. EveryNothingPodcast.com. Check out the merch store. We obviously don't monetize any of this stuff, so the only way we can monetize the podcast is through merchandise.
Well,
Yeah.
and we're super famous.
Yeah. Well, nice gear. You can support that. You can support us that way if you enjoy.
We even
what we're
have
doing.
masks.
Yeah.
I want you to buy one and go down to Texas and wear it.
We have a whole catalog. Well, we're in like episode 38 or something like that.
This is 42.
42. Oh, geez, we're in the 40s.
42. This is actually the equation for the life from the hell's that movie called?
I have no idea.
No, the book. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That was the answer to all things to everything.
42.
Was 42.
We are the answer. We are using.
Actually, this episode is the answer to everything.
Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube. Go to the merch store. Support us. We're using Patriot Homebrew Supply. If you live around the Omaha area, Elkhorn, it's a good place to pick up all your shit that you need.
Yeah, and then if you ever want to get kits, we went through the Northern Brewer Company and all the links are down. All the links of these things are down below. And then next week, which would have been this week.
Yeah. We were supposed to have him on this week, but Joe's got some sick kids, so Joe's gone out tonight. We have a physics teacher, Tim. Then we have a land surveyor, Trevor. Some really cool guys from the gym. We have awesome conversations with those guys, especially they both have their own Tim will teach us some weird physics stuff. It's actually super interesting.
We're gonna be educated at the end of it. But that's next Thursday.
Yeah. So next Thursday we'll have some guests on, and we'll be in the studio. Nice
and we're gonna get together and figure out how we can get Shane and him.
Shane.
Yeah, that sounds fun. We're talking about
Yeah.
brews and
Yeah.
brewskis.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, we're freezing. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Peace.